I gotta wait for better days. It's all starting now. It's not too late, we can be saved if we make the time. It's gonna be alright. Had a clue, now I got a feeling. Just gotta hold on tight. Tonight.
Greetings, friends! Have you ever had to deal with mice or rats? Growing up, I don't think I ever encountered a mouse or a rat at all. The closest thing that I can think of is I had this gerbil, and his name was Ralph. And I had Ralph for quite some time until somehow my dog, German Shepherd, killed him somehow. I don't know if it gave him a heart attack. The German Shepherd was pretty intimidating, so that probably could have happened. But the first encounter that I really had with a rat was back when Lacie and we lived in the city, and we were starting to do some homesteading stuff. And we had this cat, and the cat's name was Snarf, and I named him off of the 80s cartoon Thundercats. And somehow Snarf killed this rat that was like the same size he was. And I was like, whoa! Not only was that rat huge, it's like, it's just big as you, Snarf, and you killed it? So he did. But over the years, we would on a rare occasion see rats around here, now in the rural area where we're homesteading. But it wouldn't be like every day that we would see one. But recently we discovered that we have a little rat problem here, probably a little bit bigger than little. And we first discovered it in our duck area. Yeah, I see some holes right here. Man. And down there we noticed a number of rat holes, as well as our duck eggs had greatly decreased. And we also noticed that a lot more of the food was being eaten as well. Yep, there's one right there, one right there. So we started working on this by raising up the chicken duck tractors up off the ground to limit the areas that the rats can actually hide in. We also raised up their feeders off the ground so that way the rats couldn't get to them easily. And some of the logs that were in the area, I split them up, and then as I was doing so, one of the rats came running out. Oh, there was one. And since then, we have discovered even more areas where there's some rats. Near our goats, near our chickens, and even in our well house. So in here is where we have been storing our feed for our animals pretty much the whole time that we've been homesteading here. And we haven't had a problem until here recently. We've been storing them in Rubbermaid bins here, trash bins, but there's a rat that's eating right through that, right there. Pretty crazy. So I decided we're going to do some upgrading in here. We're starting to put our feed in these thicker bins here, which are a lot more heavy duty. So we're going to try that. As well as over here, we have some of these galvanized trash cans that we're storing our feed in as well. So hopefully these two should prevent the rats from eating through. But in the meantime, we're going to do our best to keep it clean in here, because any of the bags that we have right now, they're also eating into these. So we're going to have to stop that. Also, any feed that's on the ground, we need to stop that too, make sure that's clean. As well as, we're going to go ahead and set up a trap in here as well. And instead of completely doing away with this one, let's just see if we can put it in this barrel that we have right here. That's pretty big.
Give me your messy, give me your you're happy, give me your sad. I may be staying, I may be going, I may be left, I may fall apart. Come to my table, come to my bed, go easy my hunger, easy my head, bringing me fire, bringing me water, taking me high, taking me down.
And in addition to the trap that I set in the well house, we also set up a couple of traps in the duck area. Push this up first, push this in, lift up, and then push that in. And then after having the trap set, before nightfall, we caught something. What in the world? Got a chicken in there. Can you hold that?
Well, lay the egg, Daddy.
Yeah, come on out. Get out of there. Come on. Just reach in there and grab you, I guess. There you go. Can you reach in there and get the egg? Can you reach? No, you can't reach, baby. You have to get in there a little more than that. Don't you get caught in the trap. You can fit your whole body in there almost. You're like a big rodent. Alright, we're gonna set it again. Hey.
Chickpea just has to get the bait.
So after we got the chicken out of there, we set the trap back up, and then the next day went outside to check on things. And the first thing I did was gather eggs, and we definitely had more eggs with all the various things that we were doing to help out the area. And as I went to the trap, here is what we caught this time. So nothing set this trap off here. Let's see here, and let's see if the bait's still in here. And yeah, the bait is still in there as well. Let's see, there it is right there in the back. So that one didn't go off. I have two other traps set down here. Let's see what they have in them. Oh, this one right here looks like something set it off. Trap is closed. What do we have? Is anything in here? No. Something got in there. Ate some of it. Set the trap off. So chances are this could have been something a little smaller, maybe like a mouse, and maybe it squeezed through there, I don't know, and still got out. I don't think it was a rat that set this one off. If it was a tricky one and it got out, but the sizes of rats that I have seen are much bigger than they can squeeze through that hole there. And our other trap here, nothing set it off either, and the food is still in there.
Was that string always in there?
Actually, that's a good question. No, we didn't put the string in there. I don't know what the world happened with that. That's interesting. So we readjusted our traps and tried it again. And then after the second night, the next day, we caught this. Uh-oh. It looks like we caught one this time. Yes, we sure did. We sure did. Hanging out right there. Right in the trap. Yeah. It's not the biggest one that I've ever seen here, but we caught one. Sorry, but you gotta go. You can't stay here. Having you around is not good for our animals. It's not good for us either. And then after we caught the rat, we're like, what are we gonna do with this thing? How are we gonna get rid of it? So after reading a number of comments from you guys, we decided to make the peanut butter death balls, or whatever you want to call them. They're basically chemical-free, poison-free stuff that's gonna help with getting rid of the rats. And Lacie put all that together.
On the last video about the rats, we got lots of comments about how to take care of the rats. And one thing that I didn't know, that a lot of you guys know, is that you can mix flour and baking soda, sugar, and a little bit of water and make these like balls and put them down rat holes, and when the rats eat them, they die. So, non-toxic rat poison, I'm all for it. After looking through the comments, I didn't see an exact recipe, but I saw a lot of comments that had the same things in them. It was flour and baking soda, sugar, some people put peanut butter in there, so I'm going to try doing that too. I just did about half baking soda, half flour. I'm going to throw some sugar in and some peanut butter, and we'll see where that gets us. Stuff's so hard to get out of here. The last little bit's always the hardest. Okay. And a little water to make it all come together. Now it's starting to look like a dough. Smells like I'm making peanut butter cookies. But I don't think this would taste that good with as much baking sodas in it as there is. So there is a bunch of baking soda in this, and that is what people were saying actually kills the rats, because the rats, I've read, so don't hold me to this, we'll see, that rats can't burp or vomit. So whenever they eat this, the baking soda kind of explodes them a little bit. Now it's time to put it in smaller little balls to drop down their rat holes. But smells like peanut butter cookies. Do you want to try some?
Got some peanut butter balls here.
Yeah, don't you want to try one? You're such a dork.
Yeah, salty.
I told you it was gonna be salty.
Ugh. Man.
Did it taste sweet at all?
There's a little sweetness, but it's just like you just took a spoonful of salt. Oh.
Maybe I need to roll them in sugar for the rats.
Say that again.
Maybe I need to roll them in sugar for the rats. Then they really will look like a dessert.
Say that again.
Then they really will look like a dessert. A death by chocolate will be death by peanut butter balls.
You ready to try one, Salem?
No, but don't leave it on the counter with sugar all over it. Someone might eat it.
And then they'll get a mouthful of. It's not even taste like a good salt. It's just like that refined salt. Just
Well, it is baking soda. It is all natural baking soda though.
Oh, I need some water. Oh man. And then after Lacie made the peanut butter death balls, we took them out there and gave them to the rat, as well as put a number of them in various rat holes around in the area. Hey there. Got a big tail there. Alright, we're gonna give you one of these death balls here. See if I can squeeze it in the hole there. Let's see here. I have to split it in two. There's that one. Get on in there. There's that. And there's that. Alright. Give you some peace and calmness in there. Alright, we'll just have to see what happens here. This isn't the funnest thing in the world to do here on the homestead, but it's just part of the homesteading life. You got something that could be a possible risk to your livestock and your animals and your family. You just have to be willing to do what you have to do. Not fun. Got to do it. I've had to do it in the past. I haven't done it exactly like this in the past. One of the things that I've done, and I hate to admit this, but it's just one of the things I've done, is I've drowned them in cages, and I'm not a big fan of putting poisons everywhere, but just some of these things you got to do. Alright, we have some more holes right here. So guys, let's go ahead and take a few balls. Each of you take one and put it in the hole.
Thank you.
Yeah, you put it right in there to the side. There's a hole right there.
There's a little one here.
We're going to try to see if we can avoid trapping some and just letting them eat it right out of their hole or their home or one of their tunnels or whatever. So we're just going to keep putting the different balls in the different holes. We'll put one right in there.
This is what you don't want to do.
And just a little bit ago, I went outside to see if the rat was still alive. Let's see, what do we have here? Alright, let's see if the baking soda. Oh man, it did not do the trick. We still have the rat in there. So it's been well over a day and the rat's still alive, so the baking soda did not do the trick. The peanut butter balls with baking soda did not do the trick. We definitely got to do something else. So our peanut butter death balls aren't really death balls. They really didn't work. So we're going to have to step it up, and we're going to have to go to plan B and trying to get rid of the rats. I said mouse, I think. It's rat. It is a rat. So I came across this article. It's 13 homemade rat poison recipes, and I'll include the link to it in the show notes below. But we're going to step it up and using some of the instructions from that article. So Lacey's going to help me out here, and actually we're going to use 2 of the ingredients that said that would help basically kill the rats fast, and that is some cement mix, which I have in this cup here that we're going to mix into our peanut butter balls, as well as artificial sweetener, and equal to be precise. And that's scary to think about, that artificial sweetener can be deadly. So that's just one more reasons why we don't use artificial sweeteners here. They're not good for you. If we can kill rats, it's just another sign that we shouldn't be eating it too.
I know some people are going to say, but what about baking soda? You fed that to them.
And apparently it didn't kill.
Okay, we're going to take out the non-death balls and see if we can turn them into death balls. And so many of you guys said, just get some cats. And what you don't know is, because we don't show them that often, because they're not around that often, is that we actually have 2 cats. And they are great mousers, and they keep all of them away from our house and our pantry. But the rats are like spread out. So the cats just aren't as effective. And we're not getting any more cats. That's for sure.
Yes, we're definitely not getting any more cats. Cats are not my favorite animal. They are beneficial to have, but I don't want an abundance, a flock or herd of cats running around here. And also, they like to dig up in the garden and leave stuff that I don't want, nor is good for you in the garden. So we definitely don't need an abundance of cats.
There's balance in everything.
That's right.
Okay, so here they are. I guess I'm just gonna pour this on there.
Or mix them in, I don't know.
We'll see.
Don't breathe it in.
What is this, just Quikrete?
Yep, Quikrete.
Okay. It's got rocks in it. We'll just put it all in there.
I don't know if I go super heavy.
Okay, I'm gonna roll it in there and mash it up.
Let's go ahead and get some of our equalizer too.
I'm gonna roll it in equal.
Oh, okay.
Okay, let's bust it open over here.
And I was willing to taste test the last peanut butter balls, but there's no way I'm tasting these.
Are you sure?
I am 100% sure.
You don't want concrete gut?
No. Hey Greg. Hey Greg. What's going on, man? Still hanging out in here. Yep. Go ahead and put one of these in there. Like that. I do want to mention that I don't enjoy killing anything at all, but it's not good to have rats around your homestead. They can bring diseases and mites and parasites and all kind of things, in addition to eating our eggs and our feed. So for the benefit of our animals as well as for us, it's just one of the things you have to do. So we'll leave it here for a little bit, come back out and check on it. Well, the rat finally bit the dust. It took longer for it to go than I would ideally like for it to have. So hopefully on the other ones it will somehow be a little bit easier, even though I know something dying is never really easy at all. But we got some more to do. It's not an easy job at all. Not something that I enjoy doing, but it's got to get done, whether it's fun or not. It's got to get done. So, well, on a positive note, heading out of town, real quick trip, see my friend Justin Rhodes and to be on his podcast. So stay tuned for more information on that, as well as to see how it goes with getting the rest of these rats. See you next time.
Better days, it's all starting now. It's not too late, we can be saved if we make the time. It's gonna be alright.